most unsafe people you can even imagine. How many people's lives have you ended? Is it 5 or 10? How many?
More than 50.
MS-13
More than
and many
50.
other
I think
gangs.
more than
These
50
are animals.
These people are wicked.
They're psychopaths, sociopaths, the kind of people we have here.
We are about to see the worst of the worst. Welcome to CICON, the world's largest prison by capacity in El Salvador, which was constructed to imprison the highest profile criminals. Those who enter this prison are destined never to leave alive.
There's no way out. How are you gonna come out of this?
The reason why this small country of 6 million needs the largest prison is the gangs. Once dominating the country, these gangs faced a dramatic crackdown starting in March 2022. Under President Nayib Bukele's administration, over 70,000 individuals, about 2% of the country's adult population, were arrested within just 16 months. Buses transported thousands of chained gang members to CICOT in a tightly coordinated nighttime operation. Sitting one behind the other, heads lowered, they looked like a single mass. Surrounded by armed guards, none of them dared to resist command.
Okay, first of all, watching this video alone, I'm scared. Talkers of now putting these people on the streets. Like, can you imagine? Like, seeing this video, me self, I'm scared. The fact that they are still inside prison and I'm seeing them, bro, it's like a prison of tattoo gang. Like, all of them have tattoo in their head, in their face, in their body, everywhere, tattoo, and all of them now look the same. They now have the same height. These are prisons supposed to be. They should not give these people freedom. Imagine if these people are outside. One person that they do interview for kill more than 50 person. More than 50 people. These people are not supposed to be free. These people are, God forbid bad thing. I also be like, nah, Shaitan or Jim.
Their life has changed in a day.
These
In
are
this
the
documentary, we
like,
will interview one of the most ruthless gang leaders, known by the nickname Psycho.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
Built in 2022, this massive prison is made up of 8 separate modules spread over 410 acres of land. Each pair of modules is enclosed by 2 separate 3-meter-high walls with razor wire. The entire facility is surrounded by a towering 9-meter-high wall with a 3-meter-high electric fence carrying 15,000 volts. 19 watchtowers are ensuring nothing escapes notice. The entire design doesn't just prevent escape, it erases the very idea of it.
I still feel like they can still escape.
Hello, we have permission from the
I
president.
feel like they can still escape.
The soldiers stopped us. We're hoping this will be the last checkpoint. The jammers blocked all signals within a 2-kilometer radius of CICOT, completely cutting off all communication.
Wow.
Over 600 soldiers work only to secure the perimeter.
They go through that, they
We are
go
going to leave
security,
all
they
of
get
our
different kinds
belongings here before
of
entering the prison. We will only carry our cameras and microphones, that's it.
Pass slowly. Look at the camera. Body scan.
I forgot my wedding ring on.
Well, that needs to be put away over there.
This high-capacity X-ray scanner even shows bones and internal organs.
the fuck?
It's mainly used to scan newcomers, ensuring no one tries to sneak in anything forbidden on their body before entering.
The inmates used to swallow
Now,
some
this is very
objects,
sensitive
or
prison.
they would try to bring them.
They scan your bone, they scan your body, intestine, everything.
Micro SD memory cards, microchips, and not only that, even phone chargers.
Another thorough body search has been conducted.
How many times they want search you?
Take off your shoes.
They even inspected inside our socks. It took us around 1 hour just to pass through security, even though we were invited as media after months of applying. Guards are wearing masks because they're doing a risky job here, so if they get identified, it might be riskier for them to go to town centers because these gangs have a lot of connections, so they have to keep their identity secret.
Look at
Why
the
don't you wear a
drug
mask?
dealer.
I have to talk to them face to face, looking them in the eye. Looking them in the eye. They already know who I am.
We're in the registration room. This area is for
Affiliation.
inmates only. When a criminal is captured on the streets,
well,
they don't
what
carry
you
ID
want
or give their real name. That's
They
why
don't
their
feel look up,
fingerprints
they
and
don't feel
photographs are
get
taken
face-to-face.
here to enroll in the the system. Once they become a permanent part of CCOT, the inmates lose all contact with loved ones for the rest of their lives, as family visits are strictly forbidden. It's also important to note that a small number of innocent people were mistakenly imprisoned during the big crackdown. Because of the no contact policy, their families have no idea where they are or if they are still alive. For some, this documentary could be their first chance to see a missing loved one.
So they are
Before
disappeared
entering the
forever.
modules where the
Inside
inmates
the prison,
are,
all of
we
them
visit
don't
the armory
disappear.
of the prison. This section is a must in case of possible riots, and these convicts are the most unsafe people on Earth.
The type of firearm we use is a T65 rifle, similar to the M16 rifle.
Y luego tenemos este otro.
We also have this other firearm, which is a 12-gauge shotgun.
They are very dangerous because
Now,
when
a
they see
6-hour
that over their
rifle
body or
allows us
their
to
face,
maneuver
how
in
would they not
spaces
be
that are
dangerous? They
too
will not
tight
be
to
doing that
move.
kind of stuff.
Whenever criminals are arrested and dragged to the bus, various cuffs and chains are used to restrict their movements and minimize the risk of harm to officers.
Has there ever been a riot?
So far, there have been no escape attempts. We have the worst of the worst within criminal organizations here.
The riot gear consists of a head protection, a face shield, neck protection, an anti-trauma vest, leg protectors, shin guards, and of course, a shield.
Voila.
Por lo general en las prisiones
Generally, in the
siempre,
prisons,
los
you
internos
see
inventan
inmates invent any kind of handmade weapon, like awls or knives.
They are fully protected. You can see how he protects his feet. Since this prison is so large, we have to hop on this bus. We are entering the modular area.
To keep the country safe, 1,000 staff members work inside CCOT.
It is
1,000.
impossible, but let's just imagine that an inmate get out of
Oh,
the
so that's
airport.
defense.
These pebbles
They will fly
that you see
defense, bro.
are
Which
put
one
here
will defense? They don't
intentionally
fly out.
because when they walk on these pebbles, it works like an alarm system. It makes a noise, they cannot sneak away.
Have they tried to escape? No. Would they try? Difficult. Because they would have to go through a series of security rings.
CCOT was built with its own infrastructure in an isolated area, including an electrical and sewage system to prevent external interference. In case of an electricity cut or water supply issue, the cisterns and power plants will maintain operations for up to a week.
I'm so excited. We're gonna be face to face with the most dangerous criminals in the world. It is pretty tense. We're entering one of the
Most
modules
dangerous
now.
criminal in the world, bro.
You are seeing the third and fourth modules
Almost
next to
entire,
each other.
like,
An offender
what
who
are they
enters one of
fine?
these buildings
This kind of work
never
are they
exits through these doors.
Most dangerous criminal.
In a few
Seeing
steps, we'll be
themselves,
surrounded
they
by
one
more
of their
than
people see that you went
2,500
there.
inmates.
They will catch you outside, make them fire you straight up. These people they risk their
It's
life.
like stepping in the middle of controlled chaos.
Most dangerous criminal in the world. I will only peace for my body if I don't enter here like this. I enter one place,
So
all of them.
intense. Their eyes are all on me, following my every step.
Getting
Bro,
an
they
eye
watch
contact with
everything
them.
wey you do, bro. Everything wey you do. If you
There are
move
so
too much,
many
they
of
will
them.
kill you.
I'm speechless. I can't help but feel unease. All of them wear
These people
white
are not
shirts,
human
shorts, and
are
slippers.
animals.
They don't have any other
Animals.
belongings.
Most are barely out of their early 20s and convicted of serious offenses. Even the most
20s, and they
infamous
don't feel
criminals
like
in history
20,
have an
50
average of 20 to 30 proven victims. But here, some of the inmates are responsible for hundreds of innocent people's lives.
Hundreds of innocent people's life. Honestly speaking, I'm not even gonna lie. For me, these people no deserve prison. They no even deserve to live. If person don't buy person like this, they're supposed to buy the person immediately. Putting them all in this place is like a risky game. All of them go just they learn one thing from another person. They feel they gang up, make them escape. Then plenty pass all the securities. All the people where they keep 50,000 people. If they carry one gun like this, all those things when I think say be security, they go buy all of them at once. All these people see their body, see everything. It's like a gang of tattoo prisoners. Like see the way this one they look. See the way this one they look me like. Well,
Can I ask the inmates something?
No. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
If
they try to communicate with me now, what are you gonna do?
I'm not going to allow them. They know from them that subsequently there may be a penalty for not abiding by an instruction.
I'm curious to know which of these group leaders I'll be interviewing.
It is forbidden for us to pass this yellow line because these are one of the most dangerous human beings on earth.
Without the bars between us, everyone knows exactly what could happen. There are 32 cells in every one of the 8 modules making up the mega prison. Each cell holds around 80 inmates, but the number can go as high as 150. Despite not being at full capacity, the inmates only have 0.5 square meters of personal space each. Prisoners do not have any ventilation rights or courtyards to walk outside their cell.
Each inmate here have been given one of the longest sentences you can even imagine in your life. The only thing that doesn't change that all these inmates will never get outside. They will never see sunlight. The only people are authorized to get inside and outside are the personnel and sometimes media like us. They will never ever leave this building. If you see their look, you can see the emptiness in their soul. They don't have any hope towards future. They look very robotic. Their life is so monotone.
This open court
Like
They
maybe
have
that
2
them
toilets for 80
is easy.
inmates. It's literally humiliating these inmates. Like their whole confidence is disciplined here.
The same place where they use the toilet is also where they take showers. To clean themselves, they use plastic dippers in a single shared basin. There's no running water in the cells, so the prisoners have to rely on one blue barrel for drinking water.
Where they sleep is these metal bunks. No pillow, no mattress. Each prisoner receives just the bare essentials: a white sheet, a uniform, socks, slippers, and a towel. That's it.
The prisoners spend their entire days on their 4-level bunk beds. They have stacked tightly, like items stored in a warehouse. As part of hygiene and order, inmates are shaved every 2 weeks by personnel. Long hair or beards aren't just unhygienic, they can also hide sharp objects.
Let's take a look. Take off your shirt and line up here.
So
Now
they
they are
will shave
taking
them
their
every
shirts
2
off.
weeks. That's nice.
These inmates were once part of the MS-13 and Barrio 18 gangs, which controlled the neighborhoods of El Salvador. These 2 rival gangs spent
So all of them
years
come from one
extorting
country
money from
like
locals and caused
Any country where all these people come from, bro, those country people no suppose to go there for vacation or abi for tourism or for holiday or for anything. Look at if all these people come from one country and people are saying some country are the worst country in the world, and Africa, these are the worst country in the world, to be honest.
great suffering to Salvadorans.
There is Barrio 18, MS-13 gangs all together in one cell.
That's right, just like that. The entire module is the same. They all live like this.
Outside, entering each other's neighborhood could mean being torn apart. Yet here, they are side by side until their last breath.
How do they live without
See the
attacking
short
one
one
another?
too.
They have to learn how to
See the short one. Hey, Olorun Oba. This short one too dey kill person. Who you kill? The person wey you kill Mumu. The person wey that short guy kill Mumu.
live together. Here, they are in a prison. They are not on the street.
Most of the inmates have tattoos covering their entire bodies, even including their faces, showing their loyalty structure.
like this.
For MS-13, tattoos often include initial letters or the number 13.
God, that's
Members of the other gang
Guys,
use symbols
even
like
guys,
18 or
everywhere in our
666, which add up to 18 and symbolize the devil, or they use Roman numerals. Having gang tattoos on one's face is a clear sign that they are one of the most ruthless and high-ranking members of the organization. Crossing paths with such a person on the street is the same as staring death in the face. A spiderweb tattoo represents being caught in the web of justice and serving a long prison sentence. The devil horns tattoo is a dark symbol that represents these individuals' worship of the devil. Some even claim that they carried out their actions under the devil's command. A teardrop tattoo signifies that the person has ended someone's life. The number of teardrops indicates how many lives they've taken. If there are 3 teardrops, it suggests that the tattoo's owner has taken so many lives that they've lost count. With the phrase "laugh now, cry later," these masks or clown tattoos send a clear message. Stay strong in the face of hardship now and deal with the consequences later.
Are all these people truly bad?
They're on another level. High-profile criminals who will never change their mentality.
If If you look at the upside, there's a catwalk area.
Guards consistently watch over the inmates from this elevated spot above the cells. If anything suspicious occurs, they will intervene while an extensive network of cameras observes every corner 24/7, ensuring nothing goes unnoticed. The modules are kept lit all day and night for monitoring. When the sun goes down, the lights stay on all the time.
They are constantly being observed. I think this is one of the hardest things.
They know
when they
this
try to sleep,
observation. They need to be
use
killed,
their towels
bro.
and cover their eyes
This is
to
risky
block
game.
the light.
What these people free?
Preacher
The
here
word is
is
dumb,
teaching
bro.
some
The
of
word
the
is fucking
important
dumb.
lessons from the Bible to the inmates.
This kind of passport they put for all this thing.
Trainer there. This is the only time these inmates get out of their cells.
These activities take place for a total of 1 hour per week, under the watch of armed guards.
Where
The
do they
rest of
give
the
them
time,
exercise?
they are locked
Exercise where they go
inside.
use their
They
skill.
used to control the streets. Now, they can't even take a step with their free will.
It's a rotating schedule. There's not enough space, so they can't all go out on the same day.
Has there ever been a chaotic incident when these inmates were outside of their cells?
So far, nothing.
Whenever we focus the camera on a cell, we often catch a prisoner silently mouthing words. Even behind bars, gang members attempt to send orders to the outside. This prisoner was doing just that, but we censored him to block the message. Despite the crackdown, these groups
you
still hold
imagine?
significant power.
Can you imagine? They just put camera for him face. You know, say the word go see him. He don't dey talk shit. He don't dey talk. Make the other gang come see him. If the other gang come see him, they can't know their location. They can't kill all of them. They can't free all of them. Everybody in the world go come kill. They can't doom every. These people know they deserve to be jailed. These people deserve to be killed. They kill over 50 people and you are still putting them. For a person to kill one person, maybe mistake. Second person is no longer a mistake to 50 people. And then if you want to. They're stupid for America. I swear to Almighty God, they are fucking stupid people. I don't know why. They vex myself. They deserve to be clear. Why they always die for fame? And why they know they last for fame? They always die for fame. These people can never repent. Why are you putting people that can never repent inside prison instead of you to just tie them? This is risky game, bro. Everybody wait.
Outside,
Watch
rumors
themselves.
suggest
Their family if he die at any time. All these people get boss like that, they go get like one babalaye, one boss like that, and they never catch their boss.
they have plans for taking revenge by targeting innocent people. But in response, the authorities threaten to impose even harsher measures on imprisoned members.
If they do that, there won't even be one meal in prison. Uno. I swear to God, they won't eat a grain of rice. Let's see how long their homeboys last inside.
Here they get 3 meal times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is usually beans and rice. For lunch, they get white rice and pasta. And dinner's pretty much the same.
People where they give them food, they don't cover their eyes. So. Those people food bad body
No
for them.
nutritious food like chicken or meat. This is the lunch. It's rice, pasta, and 2 tortillas.
Does the menu vary from day to day?
No.
Is it the same every day?
It's always the same. It's for freshmen.
Okay. It's a sugary drink. I'm going to
This is a
taste it
drink.
for
They give them
myself.
this.
Inmates must eat with their hands and clean their plates before returning them. With a diet lacking in protein, many likely suffer from nutritional deficiencies. Before starting our interview with an inmate, I want to show you one more place that is even more extreme than what you've seen so far.
Here we are in the isolation cell area. If inmates break a
Isolation
rule,
center.
they can be sent to these isolation cells according to the legislation. The law gives me the right to keep the prisoners in isolation for up to 15 days. These cells have sealed doors. Through this grid, I can see them and identify who's inside. We serve food here, and we also use this space to put handcuffs on them before opening the door to move them from here to their cell.
Welcome to the isolation cell. If an inmate misbehaves, this is where he ends up. He won't know the time or how much longer he'll be kept inside. For days or even weeks, he sleeps on this concrete bed without ever leaving. They are cut off from the outside world, left alone with nothing but their thoughts.
This is where they supply their water. There's a water basin here. By their water, there's a water basin here. They take their water here, and this is where they pee.
The basin for drinking water and the toilets are located side by side. The toilet looks recently used and dirty, suggesting that this cell has recently been used. The only light they have is this little hole that barely lets the sunshine in.
This one I hello. This one fit make person go mad. Fit make person go crazy. See the kind light we dey there. This one sef no be light. This one na just one tiny hole. So 15 days you go dey inside this place. You no go even know if na morning abi na afternoon dey. Lie. Criminal is not good though.
Also the sole source of
Don't
fresh
be a
air.
criminal.
What is the most challenging thing about isolation room, according to you?
Inside, you don't even see your hands. So when someone is isolated, it is necessary for them to have something, a book, anything, to keep their mind clear. But here, they don't have access to any of that. No matter how tough a criminal is, this kind of isolation breaks them. This is necessary for the type of offenders that we have here. People who once played God by deciding who would live and who wouldn't live deserve the worst punishment. We don't show them mercy. They can ask for forgiveness, and may God forgive them. But here, justice must be served for so many victims, and it's the least they deserve.
Now we're going to interview the inmate known as Psycho. He has a 34-year criminal history and has spent the last 25 years as a high-ranking member of an organization.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
12 guards are barely enough to ensure the safety around this inmate.
What is your name?
My name is Juan Ernesto Medrano Vasquez.
How old are you?
I'm 41 years old.
You don't look 41. You look younger, like 35.
All of
That's
them
a good
look
thing
younger.
that you told me because I feel old.
Can I see your tattoos?
This one says get out.
When did you join this crime organization?
In 2004, but I started my criminal record since I was 11 years old.
How did you first become involved?
When somebody's born with just a mom and the mom is working, you look for the streets, you look for somebody to help you out. I said, well, my mom's poor, I need some shoes, I need some clothes, and I started robbing. Then I need a father figure because I didn't grow up with my father. And then I looked the group of gangs. Then I did a homicide, and I came right here to El Salvador, trying to change my life, but I seen that there were more gangs right here, and I started doing the same thing I did upstate, and I got locked up. I've always been one of them persons that wanted to accomplish the things that they put in their minds, and I accomplished everything I had to do right here. But I'm right here. This is how the devil pays the people.
Is it true that to join this crime organization, you need to end someone's life?
Yeah.
But the first one must be one of your relatives, right?
Yeah, because you got to gain territory for your gang. I lost my mom, my dad, my son, everything right here because of the gangs. But when I could be with my family,
You lost your mom because of gang. You lost your son because of gang. You lost your dad because of gang. And you are still alive.
This is the cause of this. That's why I tell the youth, hey, go to school, listen to your mom, listen to your dad. Don't live this life that we live right now. There's no way out.
How many people's lives have you ended? Is it 5 or 10? How many?
No, if you talk about what you used to do in the jails after, it probably get a few more than 50. You gotta do it sometimes.
How did you become cold-blooded and merciless in time?
I can't really respond you with that question.
How do you feel about not seeing your family forever since you're in psychiatry?
Say you get
I feel
family,
bad
the person
because,
don't came, papa,
I
don't
see
came,
my
mama,
son
don't came,
the last time when he
Which
was 5
family
years
get?
old, and he's 21 years old. Right now, I want to see him. I want to tell him, hey, don't do the same things that your dad did. Look for a good life.
People who have fallen victim because of you will never see their loved ones again. You will also never see your family. How do you cope with emotions like missing someone?
I feel bad. Sometimes, like I tell you, I lay down on my bed and I think a lot of things, and sometimes I cry.
What is your motivation to stay alive here?
To one day change my life and look for God in my life, and I tell God, hey, forgive me because I did some things.
Okay. Finally, we when you see the sunlight. Honestly, Sekat is a place you will never wish to end up in, even as a visitor. But for the people who victimized Salvadorans, it is now their forever home. These criminals took the innocent people's right to live, and now they're paying for it. The Salvadorian government's message is clear. Crime is no longer tolerated, and the punishment is severe.
El Salvador once had the highest rate of lives lost due to widespread chaos. During its peak, 104 out of every 100,000 people lost their lives in a single year. Previous administrations agreed to a truce with these groups, but this couldn't bring lasting order. Although the current government's methods are controversial, by 2023, the number dramatically dropped to 2.4 per 100,000 people, placing El Salvador among the safest countries in the world for the first time.
So far, the results are undeniable. Peace has returned to the neighborhoods. But what about those who were wrongfully imprisoned? Is it true justice or way to control chaos? Are we seeing a lasting solution or just a temporary fix? For now, the answer remains unclear, and the world continues to watch. Thank you for watching this documentary. See you in the next